Today's presenter, Thomas Hansen, is the Worldwide Vice President of Microsoft's Small and Midsized Business Group, where he is responsible for the company's commitment to delivering powerful, affordable technology to the more than 100 million SMBs across the globe. He has been with Microsoft for 13 years and is also on the global board of directors for Enablus, a nonprofit organization that provides entrepreneurs with networking, coaching, mentoring, skills acquisition, and financing. Without further ado, Thomas, you now have the floor.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Thomas Hansen and I'm the Worldwide Vice President for Small and Medium Business at Microsoft. Thank you so much for joining me. Small and medium businesses are both my responsibility and my passion. I started my career working in a small business, and I learned early on that small businesses are the cornerstone of any economy. And today I'm so proud to be able to represent small businesses at Microsoft. And today specifically, I will be sharing with you the results of a recent study that focuses on small and medium businesses, also known as SMBs. Now, the origin of the study is quite simple. At Microsoft, we had a lot of questions about SMBs. We wanted to understand how you SMBs interact with technology. We wanted to know whether technology or certain kinds of technologies lead to more or less success for your businesses. And we wanted to know how important it is for you, for SMBs, to have a trusted advisor to help you make technology decisions. And of course, we wanted to hear your answers. And with that in mind, we commissioned independent research from the Boston Consulting Group to get some direct, clear answers. Boston Consulting Group, also known as BCG, is a global management consulting company and advisor on business strategy, with offices across the world in 43 countries. BCG conducted primary research using online and phone interviews on 4,000 small and medium businesses across the world, talking to the decision makers in those 4,000 businesses. And these businesses were located in 5 primary markets across Germany, India, China, Brazil, and of course the US. The business decision makers that they interviewed were either the company's CEO, the founder, or the primary decision maker around technology. And all the businesses were at least 3 years old. So BCG balanced the company size and the company's use of technology so they could get more comprehensive results from their research. BCG also performed secondary research in an additional 19 markets. They conducted the survey in 2013 and in October 2013 released a report that is titled Ahead of the Curve: Lessons on Technology and Growth from Small Business Leaders. We knew technology was important to SMBs, but BCG found some remarkable results. BCG discovered dramatic differences between tech-savvy small and medium businesses that were using the cloud and other advanced technologies as compared to those SMBs who were not. The tech-savvy SMBs grew revenue 15 percentage points faster, and they also grew jobs nearly 2 times faster than those who were not using much technology. This pattern of growth was remarkable and remarkably consistent. It didn't matter which country they were in, developed or emerging. It didn't matter what industry they were in, and it didn't matter whether the SMB was run by a man or a woman. For example, in emerging markets, SMB tech leaders were as quick as their peers in developed markets, sometimes even quicker, to embrace new technologies and in turn grow their revenues and create jobs. A key finding of the study is that Microsoft is the technology of choice for tech-savvy SMBs. And in the study, 57% of tech-savvy SMBs rated Microsoft as their partner when it comes to preparing your company for new and changing technologies. BCG researchers categorized the responding SMBs into 3 groups based on technology use. The first group, which they described as tech-savvy or flexible and scalable, are SMBs using cloud technology. Their revenues and their job creation are surging ahead of those that do not use the cloud. The second group are SMBs that do not yet use the cloud. This connectivity and communications group use technology for connecting people through email and other tools. Now, the third group doesn't necessarily use technology, and when they do use technology, these SMBs tend to focus on individual PC use to drive productivity and efficiency. the tech-savvy group got the most benefit from technology. For them, technology levels the playing field and enables them to compete with anybody, regardless of size and location. Their global reach was greater than those using less technology. Tech-savvy SMBs were 6 times more likely to have international customers. And nearly 20% of tech-savvy SMBs in emerging markets have employees in other countries. And technology also improved their business performance. We learned that nearly 2 out of 3 tech-savvy SMBs say new technologies will lead to higher revenues and profits or more jobs. And 2 times as many tech-savvy SMBs say that they are innovative thanks to technology. Boston Consulting Group also found out some interesting things about SMBs and Microsoft. As a group, SMBs in the study rank Microsoft as the most trusted IT partner when thinking about technology and the future. And they choose Microsoft as the one application that they cannot live without. BCG discovered that 4 out of 7 applications that SMBs in developed markets depend on as critical to their business are from Microsoft. And the same was true for 5 out of 8 applications in emerging markets. BCG also found that small and medium-sized businesses that are using Microsoft Cloud services grew revenue 10 percentage points faster than SMBs that do not use Microsoft. Early SMB Microsoft Cloud adopters are growing 2 times faster than those who are slower to adopt to the cloud. And these users of Microsoft Cloud technology told BCG researchers that the Microsoft Cloud greatly improves their scalability, agility, and employee mobility. In addition, an amazing 95% of the tech-savvy SMBs use Office, and 65% of them are using Skype to help them communicate effectively. The BCG findings also revealed that SMBs recognize the need for a trusted IT provider. Most SMBs do not have a senior exec skilled in IT acquisition and implementation. Instead, they depend on local vendors, advisors, perhaps sometimes family members. SMBs do realize that they needed support in the form of partners to take the most effective use and advantage of technology. And SMBs told BCG that vendor reputation and support was at least 5 times more important than price in determining what technology and vendor they choose. And finding the right support is serious business. 64% of tech-savvy SMBs rated security and data privacy as very important concerns. Let's consider the wide range of capabilities that technology can provide to help you to connect and to communicate to get more work done from anywhere and to develop advanced capabilities for your growing business. Communication enables you to keep you in touch with clients, with staff and suppliers, whether by mail, by instant messaging or conferencing. Productivity resources enable you to create, edit and share files and documents, and anywhere access enables mobile apps and devices. And of course, advanced technology can offer sophisticated tools like business analytics, virtualization, and device management. BCG found that the biggest distinction of the tech-savvy successful SMBs was their use of cloud technology. And the cloud certainly gives you a number of clear advantages. Flexible payment options and pay-as-you-go subscriptions eliminate capital expense for technology. And that removes one of the big costs of getting started in a new market. You no longer need a physical presence to serve customers wherever they live. You can have available as little or as much computing as you want or need, also known as scalability. So as an example, if your business is seasonal, such as retail, you can have more capacity in the holiday shopping seasons. The cloud supports your business continuity with financially backed, guaranteed uptime. Geo-redundant servers protect you against network failures, and the cloud is security enhanced. The Microsoft SMB cloud solutions draw on more than 15 years of experience running some of the largest, most reliable, and most secure cloud services in the world. We actually built our very first data center back in 1989, 4 years before launching our first websites. Microsoft.com and MSN both went public in 1994, followed by the acquisition of Hotmail in 1997. And every year, Microsoft Cloud Services reach more than 1 billion customers, including 20 million businesses worldwide. Let's now take a look at how a law firm is using Office 365 to help protect client privacy and serve their clients everywhere and anytime that they need anything.
Parsonage Vandeneck Williams is a law firm. We provide tax and business work to closely held companies, and then we provide services to the individual shareholders as well. What's unique about PBW is it actually takes the concept of teamwork, client service, and technology and really makes those work together so that we can deliver top quality client service on a cost-effective basis.
We chose Office 365 for a lot of reasons. One of those was certainly due to the confidentiality and the security that Microsoft provides. You know, as a law firm, it's really not our data, it's our clients' data. It's their social security numbers, it's their tax returns, that we're obligated both ethically, morally, and legally to preserve that information and to protect it from third parties. You know, before we adopted Office 365, we tried to run everything off of one server. And as a small business, servers are expensive. Not only the technology and the hardware that you have to purchase, but the IT support to be able to keep it running properly. Immediately when we upgraded Office 365, everybody could download the full version of Office 2010.
There really was no transition. When they first brought up the subject of switching to Office 365, I was thinking, uh-oh, I gotta relearn how to use Office again. And that just couldn't have been further from the truth.
So it allowed everybody in our office to be computing on the exact same platform without having any cost to upgrade that technology, which the person who's writing the checks, that's a fantastic thing.
We cultivate concept of using technology. When you really work together with those things, it makes a really big difference in terms of what you do for clients.
Technology is changing, and so the use of the cloud is really an expanding role in all of our technology solutions.
I think one of the great advantages of Office 365 is the web access to email, the online exchange server. It just looks virtually identical to my office computer. You can check your email anywhere you want, whenever you want.
For a law firm that prides itself on being able to serve clients everywhere, not just in Omaha, Nebraska, but in California and Florida and New York City, you really have to have a solution and technology available to allow you to be up and running 24/7 anytime your client needs you. Office 365 provides an integrated solution and a simple solution, and for a small business, something very important, a cost-effective solution to be able to meet all of those needs and to be able to meet them in a way that we could perform quality services in a timely manner.
Without the latest technology, it will be hard to speed things up in your business. And certainly running dated software on old devices can slow down your business. Plus, the inner support from hardware and software vendors could lead to compatibility issues with your hardware and your software. And there'll be no one to call when you have a problem. So all of this could lead to system failures and business disruptions that could cause your business to lag behind the competition. Microsoft does have solutions that are the right fit for your business, and one of our partners can help you find exactly what you need, what suits your budget and your needs for your business. Our offerings are available to fit all stages in the life of your business, and Microsoft offers affordable self-service tools for startups and incubating businesses. You can also get secure, flexible, and very budget-friendly infrastructure and technology from Microsoft for your growing business. And if your business is transforming further, when that happens, Microsoft has agile, big business quality analytics, productivity, and process management that are right-sized for your growing business. Microsoft provides you with a range from no-cost to enterprise-level technology. You can get Skype, you can get Office Online and Outlook.com all at no cost. Microsoft also offers professional productivity and mobility tools in just the right version for your needs. Here I'm talking about Office 365, Windows 8, Windows Server, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and SQL Server. Microsoft solutions are available in the cloud, on-premise, or both, as best works for your business. The most successful businesses use the cloud, and cloud users are outperforming non-users dramatically. Microsoft offers solutions that are entirely in the cloud on-premise or that combine the two as a hybrid. And Microsoft solutions empower you to move to the cloud at your own pace. We do not dictate you to go the one or the other. You can go where you feel comfortable, but we certainly believe the cloud is the place to ultimately get to, and the sooner, the better. And here, of course, a Microsoft partner can provide you with expert advice. Partners understand your business and they understand technology. They can help you to grow the business. They can help you to assess and determine the best combination for your business. And Microsoft solutions map to your business. We provide you with a wide range of solutions you can combine to get to that specific set of capabilities you need for your business. Let's take a look at how these combinations might just fit your business. The right answer for your entrepreneurial or startup business could be a trio of high-quality, no-cost productivity tools being Skype, Office Online, and Outlook.com. And if you're not sure you want to move to the cloud, or if you're already using older or free versions of software, the combination we called professional tools may be the right fit for you. Your business would get professional email plus Office tools such as Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, using a modern device for essential productivity and of course for security. Now perhaps you want to combine on-premise and cloud. Anywhere productivity solutions let you choose your device. They give your business virtually anywhere access to familiar Office applications, to email, calendar, video conferencing, company websites, and documents. Do you need to accommodate mobile and remote users in your growing business? Well, you can get Office in the cloud with productivity tools and modern devices. These solutions are easy to manage online and offline and offer simplified device management. And when your business is evolving in scale and complexity, we offer solutions that can be right for your business. Microsoft solutions provide advanced enterprise-level IT, hybrid deployment, and superior business intelligence for the most advanced SMBs. I'd like to take a moment to highlight Office 365 and how that can jumpstart your technical advantage for your business. You can start with Office 365 right away by following the very fast and very easy sign-up process. And from there, you can straight away take advantage of the many capabilities available to you all in one package. And that includes communications, productivity, anywhere access, and of course, Office. So, Office 365 makes it easy for you to market your business. You can build, you can run your websites, you can create effective materials to promote your company using familiar tools like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and you can get more done together across employees, suppliers, and customers using Office 365. For instance, Office 365 lets you take control of your day. You can see and share calendars so you can check other people's availability when you set up meetings. You can also stay connected with people by taking advantage of integrated social media, like using just a click to communicate with a colleague using instant messaging. You can meet whenever and wherever using video conferencing that works on virtually any device. And you can share documents and files, and you can even co-edit them in real time and keep them accessible to mobile employees by using OneDrive and SharePoint. Let's now see how a creative marketing firm gets worry-free technology that frees them to be innovative and connect more effectively with customers wherever they are.
I'm Jim Tobin, president of Ignite Social Media. We founded Ignite Social Media in early 2007. It was a new construct to pull together people from public relations, SEO, web development, advertising, and PR to do nothing but social media marketing. Ignite Social Media has about 80 employees. They're spread among two offices, one in Raleigh, North Carolina, and the other outside of Detroit, Michigan. We came to a point where we were doubling in size again. We had to do that in a very short period of time. When you get to a certain point, you have to make a decision. Do I get a whole IT staff to support the company, or is there an easy way to outsource that and still get the quality that's available to the big businesses? We had problems when we were doing it ourselves with guaranteed uptime. When everybody stops working for a day, that's not a good situation. We had to make a decision. Are we going to add $49,000 to have the same system we have, which doesn't fully integrate, or do we go $24 a month for a better system, fully integrated? And when you did the math on that, it was a no-brainer to go with Office 365. We don't have to reevaluate our decision. It grows with us even if we reach 1,000 employees, we'll be able to grow with this system. If we have an issue, we make a quick phone call, it's quickly fixed. From there, Microsoft basically becomes our IT staff, and we can just focus on social media marketing.
My name is David Bleeker of the Bleeker Consulting Group. We're a Microsoft Cloud and Voice partner. Practically overnight, we transform their collaboration capabilities with Office 365 and Link Voice as well. The great thing about Link is that you have the ability to have a full-featured voice over IP system anywhere, anytime, as long as you're connected to the cloud.
We travel a lot. We have clients as far away as Korea. And so wherever we are, if we can open our laptop and get a decent connection, our phone line is there, our ability to video connect is there. One of the things you want to do in your agency is be as close to your clients as you can. Most of our clients are not located anywhere near our offices. And so being able to get them on the phone, get them into Link, get them into a discussion quickly pulls us in more closely. If you have to battle it and they get on the phone 5 minutes late and they're frustrated, you haven't really achieved that goal. But with Office 365, we don't have those issues. With Link, you hit online meeting, it goes to everybody clicks one link, and you're talking in seconds. We have the ability to present a professional image, see who's in the meeting as soon as they arrive, see who's talking. It's much more seamless and professional than what we were doing before. We can have true dialogue, true collaboration, and in a creative services business, it's incredibly important.
According to a recent survey that Microsoft conducted in the US, 75% of all SMBs consider it very important for them to have the most up-to-date technology for their business. Why does it matter to stay up to date? Well, if you don't keep up, you miss critical security updates. And this could leave your business exposed to harmful viruses, spyware, and other malicious software which can steal or damage your business data and information. So, Microsoft partners are certainly ready to support your IT needs by determining and implementing the right solutions to fit your business needs. There's a partner near you. In fact, Microsoft partners have a significant local presence in more than 170 countries. Partners build on Microsoft's strength, based on more than 30 years of leadership and innovation. Microsoft produces benchmark solutions for individual productivity and efficiency, global connectivity and communications. And we also set the standard for scalability, security and flexibility. Additionally, partners share with SMB customers the wide range of Microsoft resources, both no cost and paid for, plus support such as free downloads. You now heard how tech-savvy SMBs succeed, and you may now be asking, what can you do now to take advantage of technology for your business and get ahead of the curve like the tech-savvy SMBs? Well, to start with, you gotta team up with your Microsoft partner. They provide invaluable expertise based on extensive experiences with other companies similar to yours. And you gotta move to the cloud and take advantage of offers to get started or renew your cloud services. Finally, please consider downloading our free Modern Technology for Small Business Growth e-guide to learn more about how to harness the power of technology to drive your business forward. And finally, please take this opportunity to ask questions in the Q&A section to follow. With that, thank you for your attention. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas. Before we jump into the question and answer portion of the event, I'd like to mention that if we aren't able to answer all of the questions on this call today, we will be following up with all registrants after the event with a link to the entire list of questions and their answers on Cindy's SMB blog. So don't worry, we want to hear from you, and you'll have an opportunity to get the answers to your questions. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Cindy Bates. Cindy is Vice President of Microsoft's U.S. SMB Group and leads the company's efforts to help U.S. SMBs reach their full potential through the use of technology. She was raised in a family of entrepreneurs and has a strong personal interest in both small business ownership and technology. She has been with Microsoft for 14 years and is a recognized thought leader in the SMB space. Welcome, Cindy.
Hi, it's great to be here. I'm looking forward to hearing what's on everybody's mind.
Great, let's get started. Our first question is there a rule of thumb on how much should I be spending on IT in regards to percentage of cost or something?
I wouldn't say there's a detailed rule of thumb. It really does depend on the size and the nature of your business. But one of the biggest benefits of cloud technology for small businesses is it shifts IT from being a capital expense, sometimes an expensive capital expense, to a much lower cost operating cost. And if you look at Office 365 as an example, you can get your full productivity. So that's Office, that's mail, that's ability to share documents, ability to do web conferencing, all of that for as little as $12 a month. And, depending on the size of your business, that may be what you need, that and some devices, and there's some phenomenal devices out there right now. Now, certainly if you have a larger organization, your technology needs will be more sophisticated. But, the one thing I would encourage all of the listeners to do is think about technology not so much from a cost perspective. Certainly, I know that needs to be a consideration, but really, shift the mindset to, how do I, in an affordable way, drive a ton of value for my company with technology? So how do I use technology to grow my top line, find new customers, make sure I'm getting the most out of my valuable employees? In some cases, you might even save costs through technology by minimizing real estate, by having more remote employees. So, really learning how technology can, broaden how you think about your business is really one of the, I think, key aspects of today's modern technology, and that's certainly something that, a partner can help, an IT specialist can help you think through.
All right, our next question here is, if I want to roll out Office 365 to my 115 employees, how long should I expect that to take?
Yeah, the good news is that it can take as little as a few hours. So we have some great tools that we're partnering with. There's a company called Skykick and some others that really, in the hands of our partners, have taken migration from, what could be, depending on the complexity of your situation, a week, down to literally a few hours. So absolutely, seamless, maybe too strong a word, but it's close to it in terms of what really can take place. The other thing, if you're already on Exchange, your employees will not notice a difference. I mean, it really is as seamless as that. At Microsoft, we had been on an on-premise Exchange, and we all moved to Office 365 and didn't notice a thing. So that's one of the great aspects of it. And of course, you can migrate from Exchange on-premise. You can migrate from Gmail if you happen to be using that, or some of the POP3 email solutions. So that's all good. I have seen some customers who choose to migrate a department at a time, and that may just be kind of situationally dependent. Some of the more advanced capabilities, advanced, maybe new is a better word, in terms of using Link for conferencing or SharePoint for sharing documents. If you haven't used those capabilities in the past, you may decide to do department by department, build in a little bit of training on some of those new capabilities. But the good news is very, very easy to migrate.
All right, next in the queue, why should I go with Office 365 instead of Google Apps?
Okay, well, that's a good segue from my my comment on migrating from Gmail. So, I'd say lots of reasons why Office 365 really is a superior product and a superior value. Let me just hit on a few things here. First of all, we talk about something called full fidelity. That sounds kind of technical, but what it really means is your documents look and feel the way you created them and share them on any device. And so you don't have to worry about the fonts changing or the charts changing or anything else changing. When you create it, you know that when you send it to someone else, it's going to look the way you create it. So that's very important, and that's across different devices too. So iPads, iOS, other, as well as the Windows platform. Let's see what else. So Google Apps, their email, their calendar, their contacts aren't as integrated as they are with Office 365. So, the ease of being able to view your contacts availability when you're scheduling a meeting, much more difficult with Google Apps. Support. Office 365 offers round-the-clock phone support. Google does not. A lot of people think Google Apps is free, but they actually eliminated the free version in 2012. So, really the bottom line is you get more for your money with Office 365. You have a single integrated solution for productivity, file sharing, security, backup, rather than a bunch of different pieces. So, altogether a much stronger value proposition.
Great. Any ideas on how best to train people on new tech?
Yes, I actually should probably start off by clarifying that Office 365, and I touched on this a little bit in my previous question, but Office 365 is the products that you're familiar with. So, if you buy the full suite, it includes Office and, Excel, PowerPoint, all the components of Office that people are familiar with. So, the good news is it's what SMBs know and love and are familiar with. So, there's not a lot of training on Office per se. Now, the suite itself has, as I mentioned, some new capabilities that people might not have used before in terms of web conferencing through Link or sharing documents through SharePoint. And in terms of learning around that, I would direct folks to our Office training website, office.microsoft.com/training. A lot of great short videos there to really learn some of the key capabilities. There are also companies that specialize in technology learning. New Horizons is one example. And so if you had lots of employees that you wanted to get trained, or some that you wanted to go really, really deep, that's another option that you could consider. But the good news is Office 365 is very familiar and should be easy for your employees to quickly migrate to.
All right, the next question we have here for you is, I have some devices in my company still using Windows XP. What's really going to happen if I don't replace it?
Yes, support for Windows XP did end back in April. So if you're still using Windows XP, you are no longer receiving the new security updates, and you can't access support options for XP. Now, just as context, XP came out a decade ago. The Internet has certainly evolved a lot over that time period. And there are a lot of threats that exist today that XP just wasn't designed to address. And so, lots of security enhancements that XP doesn't include. And the main thing is that you're really exposing yourself to increased security risk for viruses, malware. So it is definitely time to move to a modern operating system. Now, the great news is there are some phenomenal, affordable new devices, laptops, tablets, lots of really great things that were not capable 10 years ago. And I'd really encourage folks to take a look and explore what's out there. We have on our website, MicrosoftBusinessHub.com, there's a tab called Devices, and you can see a wide range of devices that are available. Whether it's the Surface or some great devices from Lenovo and Dell and some of our other OEM partners, a really great opportunity to update and really have a modern device experience for you and your employees.
Great. And the next question we have here in the queue is, how can I find a good IT expert in my city?
There is a website that you can go to search for an IT partner. It's pinpoint.microsoft.com, and you can basically put in your zip code and your industry, the size of your business, any other specialties that you might require, and a list of partners will come up, and you can call them and consult and find which one suits you best.
Our next question is, I have 8 employees and I can't afford a full-time IT person, but we still have the occasional need for tech support. Any ideas?
Yes, there are a lot of resources out there for small businesses when it comes to tech help. Of course, it depends a little bit on the nature of what the issue is. If you're just looking for something simple like embedding a chart in a PowerPoint, lots of great resources online. We have an extensive library, I touched on it, but an extensive library of 3 to 5 minute, easy to digest tutorials, office.microsoft.com. You could also go to support.microsoft.com. But if you're looking for more in-depth support, and maybe back to training, you also could check with the Small Business Development Center in your area. Those are great resources. Even the Chamber of Commerce often has training and different events that can help in that regard. And obviously, through all of this, we really do encourage folks to find a local IT expert in their areas. Thomas, and we've both been referring to them as partners. They're our partners, and really they help choose the right technology. Very powerful. We have over 10,000 partners across the U.S. that really are out there focused specifically on understanding and helping small and mid-sized businesses leverage the power of today's modern technology. So that's another great option.
All right, our next question is, I heard Windows Server 2003 is hitting end of support. Is that true?
Yes, that is true. It will hit end of support in July. So lots of good options for people. Certainly, and again, that's we're getting almost, depending on your purchase cycle, we're getting almost to a decade there as well on that. So the good news is that Windows Server 2012 and its updates provide a really powerful solution with disaster recovery, virtualization, very high speed. If your needs continue to be on-prem for your infrastructure and server needs. But there's also some great opportunities in the cloud. Microsoft Azure is one example where you actually don't have to invest in the hardware and really can, get that infrastructure support. Really, basically move your Windows Server into the cloud. So that's another great opportunity to chat with a Microsoft partner and really understand your needs and how you can take advantage of the latest, most modern technology.
All right, and we have another question that just came in. I'm thinking about buying new PCs. Should I buy a Windows 7 or Windows 8, and why?
Well, Windows 7 is an excellent operating system. What I think is important to understand is that Windows 8 was built from the ground up for a world of mobility. And so, and mobility is, that is just the way we all run our businesses and lead our lives these days. Anytime, anywhere, any device capability, things like auto-saving to the cloud, really accessing anywhere, and the security that you need around mobility, all of that is really, really, really highlighted in Windows 8, as is the touch experience. And I think that really is as well a key differentiator. Interacting with your PCs just in ways that that you weren't able to before. I've been using Windows 8 obviously for quite a long time, and I find that I am now just every screen in my life I'm touching, and if it's not touch enabled, it's frustrating. So, very, very powerful new capabilities. If you've heard from some people who might not be as comfortable with the new Windows 8 interface, probably they're using it without the touch capabilities. Or, they may prefer the desktop view and, the start screen, et cetera. So with the Windows 8.1 update, most people I think are aware, we did add the ability to boot straight to the desktop view. So, really you have the best of all worlds, and Windows 8 is newer, better, faster. So I would suggest going with Windows 8. And again, I'll actually refer back to our website, the MicrosoftBusinessHub.com, under devices. Lots of great examples with the pictures and the details of all of the Windows 8 devices, the touch devices, the convertible devices that are available to you.
Okay, our next question is there some kind of checklist for the types of technology I should be using in my business?
Yes. Well, actually, I don't know if there's a checklist per se, but the way I think about it is really in three buckets: productivity, mobility, and security. These are the areas that you need to be thinking about. So, in productivity, you need to ask questions. Can my employees easily communicate with each other wherever they are, outside of the office, at home? Can we easily do video conferencing? Can we schedule shared calendars? Make sure you can see, where everyone else is doing, what they're doing, what their availability is. Can anyone set up a meeting or a conference call very easily? We talked about, the power of today's mobility or productivity, and that really is a key question that you need to be asking and making sure your technology is supporting that file sharing, wherever everyone can access files and documents. So productivity and all the questions associated with that are, a key component. And mobility I touched on, the ability to work from any location, any device, whether you're a construction company and you've got your workers out, all day, you need to make sure you can communicate with them and they can see the architectural drawings or other things on their device. We've got a great customer I loved. It was a in-home healthcare company, and their employees now can access all of their information without having to go back to the office and enter things in. And there's so much that is now available and competitively, I would say, required on the mobility front. It also, of course, is good if you think about work-life balance for your employees and flexibility, and being able to check in from your son's soccer game if you need to. All of that is critical for you to consider. Make sure that you do have the latest capabilities there. And then, of course, security, and that is all about protecting, what is most valuable to you in many cases, which is your data, your customer data. And you may think as a small business you're not a target for hackers, but in fact, nearly 20% of all cyber attacks hit small business, those businesses, 250 or fewer PCs. And sometimes they target small businesses because they know they don't have a strong IT infrastructure protecting their data. So you definitely want to think about security. I talked a little bit about the strengths of Windows 8 on security. We have something again on our website, MicrosoftBusinessHub.com, called a disaster preparedness guide. You can go to our site, or you could even Bing that, and it really talks about a checklist. Actually, this is per se a checklist in terms of the things you really need to think through around security and the different types of disasters. There's natural disasters, floods and hurricanes, and a lot of what we've seen over the last few years. But there's also virtual disasters and losing your employees that leave laptops at airports. There we talk about the power of BitLocker and making sure that your data is protected. So there is a security checklist per se, but more broadly, I'd say those three categories: productivity, mobility, security. Ask yourself some of the key questions there would be the approach I'd suggest.
Thomas mentioned flexible payment options are available as a benefit of moving to the cloud. Can you talk more about the options?
Yes, certainly. One of the most significant advantages moving to Office 365 is you do have the option to pay as you go. There is an annual commitment, but I know for lots of small and mid-sized businesses, cash flow is a big concern. So being able to pay monthly may be the easier and preferred option. For those who prefer to pay up front or just works more smoothly with their business, there certainly is an option there, and that's our Office 365 Open program. So lots of flexibility in that.
All right, and our next question is, can you explain how Office 365 on the iPad works?
Sure, yeah, and this has been in the news a lot lately, the announcement that we do have Office 365 now on the iPad. So that means, basically that Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all the apps are now available to iPad users. It has always been possible to access Office 365 services like Mail or SharePoint Online for collaboration, if someone sent you that as an example. But our recent announcement really builds on that. Beyond Outlook, OneNote, Link, and some of the apps that were on iPad, this is really, the full comprehensive offering, and you can view Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and then, with that same, very affordable cost for Office 365, if you purchase, you can then, fully edit and create documents.
Okay, this will be our last question. As a reminder, if you asked a question in the question manager that wasn't answered here, we will be following up with all registrants after the event with a link to Cindy's SMB blog to get the entire list of questions and their answers that were submitted. Final question here for you, Cindy. Do I still need my Exchange server if I move to Office 365?
Generally, the answer is no. Most SMBs can completely migrate to Exchange Online with Office 365 without needing to have Exchange Server running on premise. There are some scenarios where you might choose to keep Exchange. For example, if you have multiple locations, you may want to put the branch offices in Office 365 in a cloud and keep the headquarters on Exchange Server, and that coexisting hybrid scenario is very, very, very easy to do. So again, this is a great opportunity to talk to a Microsoft partner and find out what the best options for your business. But the bottom line is, in most scenarios, fully actually at your discretion, you do not need the on-prem version if you have Office 365. So, gosh. Well, I know there's probably lots of other questions in the queue, Rob, so I'll just actually reiterate what you had said in the beginning, too. We'll make sure that we get to everyone's question, and we'll share the answers out on my blog.
I would like to thank everyone for joining the event today. We hope you found this information valuable. This concludes the event. You may now disconnect.